What's up, you guys? Today is shenanigans and more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bitch. Wait, I don't think I can say that. Anyways, shenanigans. Um, so what's up? Um, I decided to do Confession Sundays because I said I was gonna start doing it, and then I didn't do it, and yeah, this was supposed to be a short. I might just make a short. Um, just go along with it, okay? Um, so I decided to do this episode, tiny little bitty episode, in regards to a confession, and whew, I guess I just really need to get shenanigans out of my chest. What I really wanted to talk about, and something that's kind of been bugging me, it's been running my head around a little bit too much, and I mean no disrespect, T. If you watch this, why are you watching me? But this is an episode I decided to do in regards to, some of you know me, some of you have no idea, don't give a shenanigans about it, but I was engaged at some point. Very short time, but I was. um so recently I've been going back and thinking a lot, and talking to people that I know and people that don't know me so well about it, and it's definitely interesting to go back and think about everything. You know, people don't even know you, and they're just like, why aren't you married, why don't you have kids, and what are you doing with your life, you need to have the next coming of age thing, which is, marriage or a boyfriend and marriage and kids, and people don't understand what it's like, right? People don't understand that a lot of us, especially in our generation, um, we may not really want those things, or we may, but they just haven't happened, and it's not like we need another a random stranger, your Lyft driver, telling you that why aren't you married, and have more judgment upon us that society doesn't already do, and that our parents don't already do, and that your siblings already do, and that your cousins already do, and that your dad chismosa tia, at Thanksgiving dinner, that wants to know why aren't you married, or what happened to your engagement. So, um, this day about confessions is I gave the ring back, and I know that I have made references about it before. And again, T, if you're watching, don't. This is not about you. It's just about me and how I came to that conclusion. But I was in a relationship, committed, serious relationship for 3 years, and a lot of stuff happened um, in our relationship, with his life, with my life, that when you're putting so much pressure and stuff, if you are watching, T, um, I'll take responsibility for pushing. Um, a lot of times, there's always things that people say like, "Oh, if you push it and you ask for it, like um, it's not, it doesn't count, or it's not right, or it's not worth it, or whatever the fuck." But I was asking for it because after 3 years and after so many BS relationships that I had before, I wanted the commitment, and I wanted it that this time it was moving towards that, without knowing that I was putting on more pressure on him. Well, I knew I was putting pressure on him, but not knowing what that was causing to him. I still don't know exactly what was causing him, but I know now that it definitely affected him and everything that was going on in his life. So me putting on pressure was probably not the right thing. And it didn't happen that, oh, now we got engaged and now it got serious and now I don't want it. It was that while everyone around um, was congratulating me and envying me sometimes, and supporting me maybe, but while all these things were going on with the people around me, I was actually never asked, like, why did I want to get married, and when you grow up with a divorced parent dynamic relationship and stuff, when you're fairly young, or eventually, you kind of grow up with the idea that marriage isn't for you, or that you don't want to get hurt like your parents hurt each other. So growing up, I really didn't think that I was ever going to get married, or with the idea of planning my wedding. It didn't start until I got into my second serious relationship that I thought about it. And it wasn't until like I was getting pushed by, again, everyone around me, like, oh, you guys are serious, when are you guys gonna get serious, that I started to think about the idea of like being married and having a family and all that stuff. So the pressure was put on me. I put pressure on him. Pressure was on him from his family and things like that, and everything that was going on in his life. And it's really hard when you have to make the grown-up move and really go through your life, go through where you are at, and where the relationship is, and where your partner is, to really decide if this is really what you want. And I was going full on, like, the train had left the station as soon as that engagement party happened, and everybody in the world, in my world, in his world, found out that we were engaged. Like, the ship had sailed. It was going there. That's where we were going. And having to make a public announcement, this was before I was in Shenanigans and More, having to make a public announcement on Facebook that the wedding wasn't happening was actually really interesting for me, because regardless of other people, including my friends' opinions about what I wanted for an engagement, was not what happened. I'm actually, believe it or not, even though I'm out there and I put all my shit and shenanigans and information out there, like, I'm actually very private, and I actually would have preferred it to have been really private and important. Just his parents, my parents, my siblings, and my sibling, and his family and stuff, like, in a really small, diminutive kind of thing. But it wasn't like that. And it's fine. It was beautiful. I don't think I've actually said this to other people. I don't think anybody who ever proposes to me will be able to top that. It was really impressive. He got a lot of help from my mom, but it was really impressive, and it was really nice. But it really wasn't, what I was looking for, or what I would have liked. Because again, I think private, personal would have been better. But aside from that, when I finally got asked, there was a lot of things that were already going on. But when I finally got asked, why do you want to get married, from a friend that knew me and that knew that I didn't really think about marriage like that, it was really interesting, because it wasn't that I didn't know the answer. It's that the answers that I got were not the answers that I think a person should marry, or a person should marry for. And I just really wanted to have a baby. And it wasn't like, he's the man of my dreams, he's gonna make me really happy, I'm gonna make him really happy, I'm the woman of his dreams, or anything like that. It was just, I really want to have a baby. And I felt that at that particular moment, with everything that was going on around in our lives, and everything that we had already fought, and I think we had already broken up, very, very, very short, broken up, but we broke up for like just a second, and before the engagement, before everything got serious. And a lot of you guys people that know me and care for me, don't know all of this stuff, but because again, I don't really like to talk about it, but I feel that it definitely woke me up. It woke me up to know that what I really wanted and where I was going, and that probably was not the best place for me to go. It takes a lot for you. It took a lot for me to finally say, I'm sorry, this is not going to work. Because you want to make it work. And T, if you are watching, please don't watch this, but if you are watching it, I loved you when we broke up. I loved you when I made that decision. Because I loved you, I made that decision that you and I couldn't be together anymore. And I know that you didn't take it very well. He really didn't take it very well, and I'm sorry for everything that happened, but I think that it needed to happen, not just for me to be here and discover all these other things that I went through after that, because believe me, it was hard after that, but um it's it had to happen this way. And when you are in a relationship, especially for longer, I have friends who've been in relationships longer, and they still have to take the decision to put themselves first and you know um keep going, figure out what they want to do, and if that ain't it, then you got to keep going, and so I really had to do that, remove myself, and figure out where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do, and kind of got me here. I went through so much after the breakup. I haven't been in a serious relationship since then. The person that I was with after him was just kind of like chaos and drama, and I kind of feel a little karma. So if that makes you feel better, dude, I got some karma. But it was a lesson. It was something that I needed to go. And while everybody was just like so happy for me and so ready for me to take that step and kind of pushing me towards that, I was at a time where I was 29, so close to being 30, so close to reaching all my dreams and everything I wanted, and the family and the wedding and the everything, and then it wasn't even like I could hate him. It wasn't even because he didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing for me to hate him, or for I took the decision, and I even gave him permission to hate me if he wanted to, or blame me for the breakup. Well, I mean, I did break up with him, but you know what I mean. So, you know, um, it was something to take the grown up decision to remove yourself from something that you're so close, and it was everything you thought you wanted. But I feel like if you believe like I do in spirits and spirit guides and God and divine timing, it was not my time. It was not our time to be together. It was not our time to continue and to have a baby together, because it was not right. And having the maturity, or the immaturity, but having the maturity to see that before you go and move forward and let it happen, and the security, I don't know, like, I was scared. I was really scared to be alone. After that, I was turning the year coming, I was going to be 30, and I was just really like, what did I do with my life? I really had everything that I ever wanted, and I took that away from myself by removing myself from it. So I did beat myself up a lot about it. I did feel like I should go back, or like, I never told him that, obviously. There was doubts of like, why did I end things and things like that. But of course, when you get upset, right, like he got rejected, and when he got upset about it, when I asked for a break at first, I only wanted a break. I only wanted a break, time away from him, so he can figure out what he wanted to do, and to make sure that he really wanted to move forward. And it wasn't just because of the loss, not just of the losses that were happening around his life, but also just like of everything that he was going through, that we were going through, and all this stuff. But when you have to make the decision to put yourself first, it's scary, but we won't die. We'll survive. We'll make it work, and if you're meant to be together, you'll come around and they'll appear and whatnot. And if not, then you learned your lesson. You took what you wanted. You taught them what you could. You learned what you did, and then nothing. It sucked. It really sucked. you know, it was painful to be a grown up and to do the right thing for him and to do the right thing for me. Um, I don't think I would have been happy, and I think it would have been harder to leave that situation if we would have ended up getting married and going through it, everything, you know. So I didn't, and I made the grown up decision not to, and I decided to just take care of myself and keep going. So I decided to share this in this confession because I know of friends of mine that are going through similar situations that they really want to go back. I know you want to go back. I know you can't hate him because he didn't do nothing wrong. So I understand you with that. But this is just so that you know that after it all, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how lonely you feel at times, no matter how many times you go back to the rebound guy, you're going to survive and you're going to be okay. And again, if they come back around, then cool. You guys grew up. You guys learned something and now you get to be back together and now it gets to be great. Or if you don't get to come back, then it's great. You know, if not him, maybe her, and if not her, maybe somebody else, and you'll get to find somebody who can give you what you need and provide you and share a world with you that you both can share with each other, and that there's not going to be no more of like codependency and need of each other and stuff. I mean, it's not like we're gonna, you know, be perfectly made match in heaven, but you know, I mean, we'll learn lessons and we'll know things, and you know, you'll be fine. You'll survive if you leave and you break up, even if he didn't do nothing wrong, or even if she didn't do nothing wrong. If you feel in your gut that this is not what is right for you, then it's okay to do it for yourself. You're not being selfish. And I had to learn that the hard way, that I wasn't being selfish, even if it hurt, even if it pained me to block his entire world away from mine, because I do that. I close out and I don't let people have access to me anymore, because that's just how I heal. Maybe it's not the greatest way, but that's just how I heal, you know. And if you do that, you know, it'll be okay, you know. Can I say something without saying you know? But I just wanted to do this little confessions episode on you guys about me being engaged and me ending the engagement. And it was hard, but it was the right thing to do. And this has been Shenanigans and More, and this has been Confessions, Sunday Confessions. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit more about me and put myself out there. And I'm sorry, don't judge me, don't hate me, don't hate me, for sharing this, but you know, it's life. It's part of life, and we're learning lessons. And I'm just here to pass on the message that it's okay if he or she didn't do nothing wrong. If your gut and you and yourself know that this is better for you, then move on, you know. But this has been Shenanigans and More, you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and toodles. Yeah.